Brought to you by...
I love a filmmaker willing to explore characters who live on the fringe of society. I'm not talking about criminals or seedy individuals, but the quiet and the meek, who keep to themselves, feel lost and out of place in the world, dominated by large personalities. I enjoy these characters because I can relate to them. I know what it feels like to feel unwanted, disrespected, and made to feel as though my efforts are not worth the attention of anyone. These are the characters that Jane Schoenbrunn seems to enjoy exploring, causing someone like me to unintentionally gravitate toward her work. Hello friends, and welcome back to another Double Feature Friday. This week, I wanted to start tumbling down the rabbit hole with a bizarre experience that bleeds into the surreal. ISAW the TV Glow, directed by Jane Schoenbrunn, is a thought-provoking film that delves into themes of identity, fandom, and the profound impact of media on personal development. The narrative centers on two teenagers, Owen and Maddie, who form a deep bond over their shared obsession with a supernatural TV show, The Pink Opaque. This fictional series, reminiscent of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, becomes a sanctuary for them, blurring the lines between reality and fiction. Thematically, ISAW the TV Glow is interpreted as an allegory for gender dysphoria, and the transformative power of media, capturing the universal struggle of self-discovery. This is further emphasized by the characters' deep connection to the Pink Opaque, which mirrors their own experiences and emotions. However, the film's deliberate pacing and surreal narrative have elicited mixed reactions. Some viewers may find the slow, eerie progression of the characters' awkward interactions challenging, which was noted by The Observer, which describes the film as moody, interesting, and no fun. Despite this, the film's intentional discomfort serves to immerse the audience in the protagonist's experiences and isolation of self-discovery. Jane Schoenbrunn began working on the script for 3 months after starting hormone replacement therapy, during a period they describe as an overwhelming calamity, following their coming out as transgender. Schoenbrunn deliberately avoided making transitioning or coming out explicitly central to the plot, opting instead to write the story as an allegory to distinguish it from other films on the topic. The script caught the attention of actress Emma Stone and her husband, comedian Dave McCary, who fell in love with the script immediately. In October 2021, the film was announced as an A24 production, with Stone and McCary producing under their Fruit Tree banner. The film has been noted for its unique storytelling and nostalgic style, exploring themes of isolation, queerness, and identity. Schoenbrunn delves into the emotional intensity of being transgender within a culture that struggles with inclusivity. In May of 2024, they mentioned the possibility of a sequel, expressing openness to approaching the story from a different perspective. In September of 2024, they shared on social media an idea for a sequel that they hope to make in a few years. ISAW the TV Glow delves into a wide array of profound themes, exploring how identity, media, and relationships shape our perception of reality. The film centers on Owen and Mandy, whose lives are deeply influenced by their shared obsession of this show. The show becomes their escape and a lens through which they process their realities. Thematically, this reflects how media can serve as both a sanctuary and a mirror for self-exploration, especially during formative years. The show's fictional world blurs the lines between reality and fantasy, symbolizing how media can distort perceptions, making viewers question what is real. This aligns with broader societal concerns about the power of media to shape our identities and beliefs. The film highlights the isolation and fear that accompanies living authentically in a world that can be hostile to difference. The haunting, dreamlike tone reflects the internalized struggles of self-discovery and the terror of embracing one's true self. The characters' shared love of the pink opaque creates a deep bond between them, but their obsessive connection to the show also isolates them from the real world. This duality explores the power of fandom. It can provide a sense of community and belonging, but also trap individuals in a bubble, cut off from broader realities. As their fixation grows, it raises questions about the dangers of escapism. Are they finding themselves through the pink opaque, or are they losing themselves to it? The film critiques nostalgia, not as a comforting force, but as a dangerous tool that keeps the characters trapped in the past. This theme is reinforced by the retro aesthetics of the pink opaque, which evoke a yearning for something that never truly existed. The loss of innocence is another recurring motif, as the protagonist's journey with the pink opaque reflects their transition from adolescence to adulthood, a period marked by disillusionment and the harsh truths of the world. Owen and Mandy refuse to let go of what the pink opaque represents, a broader fear of change. Their obsession symbolizes how people often cling to comforting constants in their lives to avoid confronting the uncertainties of the future. The eerie tone captures the emotional paralysis that can arise when facing the unknown. Personally, I fell in love with the perceived plot twist, the turn revealing that the characters that we have been following were the characters from the pink opaque, twisted by Mr. Melancholy, and trapped within another world and another form, basically imprisoned. After the reveal, it all becomes clear why our protagonist uses an inhaler. His breathing becomes more and more strained, because, like she said, he is buried in this existence, slowly suffocating to death under the weight of it. Throughout the film, the protagonists are depicted as outsiders who struggle to connect with their peers. Their bond over this show becomes a lifeline, but it also isolates them further. This theme of alienation resonates strongly in today's digital age, where media consumption often replaces real-world interactions. The further we go into the film, the more it becomes heavily David Lynch-inspired, feeling like someone took your run-of-the-mill Goosebumps-style show and smashed it together with Twin Peaks. The burning of the TV has a similar allegorical reference to when Lynch smashed the TV with a sledgehammer at the beginning of Fire Walk With Me. That this is more than a show, maybe even stating that we need to burn away a reliance on this all-consuming devotion that we all seem to have to this vacuous box. At its core, the film is as much about the horror of reality as it is about the supernatural. The struggles of identity, isolation, and disconnection are far scarier than the fictional monsters in the pink opaque. By blurring the lines between the fantastical and the mundane, the film emphasizes how the horrors we face in our minds and lives are often more terrifying than anything on screen. Managing the overwhelming number of streaming services that we all subscribe to can be a nightmare, making us wish for some sort of one-stop destination for all of our movies, TV shows, and music. Well, thankfully, Plex has the answer, bringing together free, ad-supported movies, shows, and live TV with the power to search and add to your watch list any title ever made, no matter which streaming service it's on. Plex keeps everything in one place, even for theater releases. Discover more and search faster by customizing your experience. Add friends, share thoughts, and find your next binge-worthy title. Track your favorite actors with Discover credits. See all their movies and shows in one place. Stream your own movies, TV shows, music, and photos anywhere on any device. And best of all, Plex is a free streaming app for everyone, supported by ads that help bring you content from partners like Lionsgate, AMC, and even A24. Stream instantly from your computer, phone, tablet, game console, smart TV, or streaming media player. While you don't need an account to use Plex, signing up does give you extra benefits, such as your own universal watch list, the ability to customize search results, seamlessly watching across all devices, and more. And if you want to unlock even more incredible features, consider joining Plex Pass. Plex's premium subscription, which gives power users advanced features for managing personal media libraries. Just follow the link down in the description today to join more than 17 million users worldwide who trust Plex as their entertainment concierge, helping them discover, organize, and enjoy the best content across all of their favorite platforms. Stop scrolling, start streaming, get Plex. Following up, I took a look at another film from the same director, a fact that I was unaware of when I chose the two. Jane Schoenberg's We're All Going to the World's Fair is a hypnotic and unsettling exploration of loneliness, identity, and the blurred boundaries between online and offline realities. It's a film that subverts traditional horror tropes for something quieter, more ambiguous, and deeply affecting. Set against the backdrop of internet subculture, this film captures the disconnection and vulnerability of adolescence in the digital age with a haunting resonance. The story follows Cassie, a lonely teenager who immerses herself in the World's Fair Challenge, an online role-playing game where participants document the eerie changes they experience after joining the challenge. Filming herself in her dimly lit attic bedroom, Cassie records videos that alternate between banal confessionals and eerie performances, leaving the viewer questioning how much of what she shows is real. Her only connection to the outside world seems to be JLB, an older man who watches her videos and reaches out via Skype, presenting himself as both concerned and enigmatic. As their conversations deepen, the film explores the line between online intimacy and manipulation, while never fully revealing either character's true intentions or emotional state.
And you won't have any idea what happened to me.
At its core, We're All Going to the World's Fair examines how the internet becomes both a refuge and a labyrinth for those searching for connection. Cassie's world feels achingly empty. Her interactions are limited to a screen, and her bedroom is a chaotic mix of glowing lights and cluttered surfaces that reflect her mental state. Schoenbrunn uses the online role-playing game as a metaphor for the malleability of identity and the performative nature of self-expression in digital spaces. Cassie's journey mirrors the struggles of adolescence, confusion, alienation, and the longing to be seen. However, in the digital age, this search for identity becomes more fragmented and disorienting. The film doesn't offer easy answers about Cassie's motivations or her psychological state, leaving much to interpretation. This ambiguity mirrors the experience of watching online content, where the authenticity of what we see is constantly in question. Her life is defined by a pervasive sense of isolation. From the very beginning, she is framed as a solitary figure, speaking only to her webcam or engaging with strangers online. The World's Fair Challenge becomes an outlet for Cassie to feel seen, even if the validation comes from strangers who may not care about her as a person. She records herself undergoing strange changes after joining the game, but these moments raise questions about authenticity. Is she genuinely seeking connection, or is she trying to make herself worthy of attention in a space where everyone is performing? Cassie's loneliness drives her participation in the challenge and her connection to JLB, despite the red flags in their dynamic. Her journey can be seen as a search for meaning, belonging, or even control in a world that seems indifferent to her existence. However, her increasing immersion in the game underscores how the internet can amplify isolation rather than alleviate it. Her sense of reality becomes blurred, as her interactions are limited to a curated, disembodied world that leaves her even more vulnerable. In the digital age, identity is often fluid, shaped by the avatars and personas people craft online. Cassie's participation in the World's Fair Challenge only exemplifies this. She presents herself through webcam videos, playing a role that oscillates between genuine vulnerability and a performative, exaggerated version of herself. The ambiguity of Cassie's videos, whether she truly feels the changes she describes or is performing them for her unseen audience, captures the tension between authenticity and artifice. For Cassie, the World's Fair Challenge becomes a way to explore her identity in a low-stakes environment. But the lack of boundaries makes it unclear how much of her exploration is controlled, and how much is dictated by the expectations of the online game. Cassie's experimentation with identity through this challenge reflects the broader adolescent struggle of defining oneself. The film never really resolves whether Cassie believes in the supernatural element of the game, or is knowingly crafting an elaborate performance. This ambiguity mirrors real-world internet subcultures, where users often play with fiction and reality, sometimes losing sight of the distinction. Her journey becomes less about a fixed identity, and more about how far she's willing to go to feel something, or to make others feel something in return. The internet, as depicted in the film, is both a stage and an abyss. The challenge is a microcosm of the performative culture inherent in online subcultures, where participants create exaggerated, often unsettling personas. Cassie's willingness to film her transformations highlights the allure of being watched, even by anonymous strangers. The more her sense of self becomes intertwined with the role she plays in the challenge. Throughout the film, Cassie oscillates between being an active participant in the narrative and a passive subject of other scrutiny. Her interactions with JLB add another layer to this theme. While she appears to embrace the performative aspects of the game, her vulnerability becomes a double-edged sword. Is she in control of her image, or is she being manipulated by those watching her? Cassie's growing discomfort suggests that the act of performing is not liberating, but instead traps her in a cycle of self-objectification. The relationship between Cassie and JLB is one of the most unsettling aspects of the film. JLB represents a different kind of isolation, an older figure who seemingly finds solace in observing the lives of younger participants like Cassie. His motivations are deliberately unclear, creating an air of menace despite his polite demeanor. JLB claims to care about Cassie and expresses concern for her well-being, yet his actions, such as monitoring her videos and initiating contact, blur the line between protector and predator. Their interactions highlight the power dynamics of online relationships, especially those between vulnerable youth and unseen, potentially exploitative adults. Cassie's willingness to trust JLB reflects her desperation for connection, even at the cost of her personal safety. However, her discomfort grows as the relationship progresses. In one pivotal moment, Cassie seems to reassert her control by rejecting JLB's attempts to shape her narrative, signaling a subtle but crucial turning point in her journey. This suggests that while Cassie seeks validation, she is not willing to completely surrender her agency. The film's ambiguous ending leaves Cassie's ultimate fate, and the nature of her relationship with JLB, open to interpretation. JLB's final monologue hints at his own projection and disconnection. As he reflects on his distance from Cassie and her life, it's unclear whether Cassie has escaped the World's Fair, or if she has succumbed to its influence. The ambiguity reinforces the film's central themes. Cassie's journey is not about resolution, but exploration, highlighting the uneasy tension between connection and isolation, performance and authenticity, and vulnerability and control. Rather than relying on jump scares or overt violence, the film cultivates unease through mood and atmosphere. The horror lies in the quiet moments. Cassie staring blankly at her webcam, JLB's unnerving silence as he watches her videos, and the dissonance between Cassie's performance and her unguarded vulnerability. The film's minimalist approach amplifies the sense of dread, forcing the audience to fill in the gaps with their own fears and assumptions. In her debut role, Anna Cobb delivers a raw, haunting performance that anchors the entire film. She captures Cassie's fragile humanity, balancing moments of eerie detachment with bursts of emotional intensity. Her on-camera monologues feel painfully authentic, as though the audience has stumbled upon something they weren't really meant to see. As a non-binary filmmaker, Schoenbrunn brings a deeply personal perspective to the story, particularly in its exploration of fluid identities and the yearning for connection. Their direction is restrained yet evocative, using long takes, subtle sound design, and minimalistic visuals to build a sense of intimacy and dread. The film's lo-fi aesthetic feels organic to its subject matter, immersing viewers in Cassie's claustrophobic world. The film excels in creating a pervasive sense of unease. The eerie glow of Cassie's computer screen, the distant hums of the soundtrack, and the stark silence between characters all contribute to an oppressive, dreamlike atmosphere. Schoenbrunn captures the texture of online subcultures with uncanny accuracy. The film's portrayal of role-playing games, amateur video production, and the awkward intimacy of online chats feels genuine and relatable. By refusing to spell out its mysteries, the film invites viewers to project their own experiences and interpretations on the story. Is Cassie experiencing genuine psychological changes, or is she simply playing a role? Is JLB a predator, a protector, or something else entirely? The film's slow, meditative pace may alienate viewers who are expecting a more traditional horror narrative. Its refusal to provide closure or definitive answers might frustrate those seeking a more concrete resolution. While the film thrives on ambiguity, some viewers may find it difficult to connect with Cassie or JLB on any deeper level, due to the lack of backstory or explicit motivations. We're All Going to the World's Fair is a haunting, meditative film that ultimately defies easy categorization. It's not a conventional horror movie, but a deeply personal exploration of identity, loneliness, and the strange, often unsettling dynamics of online interaction. For those willing to embrace its ambiguity and slow burn pace, the film offers a rich, thought-provoking experience that will linger with you. It's a rare piece of cinema that feels both deeply contemporary and timeless in its themes, making it what I would call a standout work in the evolving landscape of digital age storytelling. Cassie's journey is one of quiet tragedy and unresolved tension. Through her exploration of this World's Fair challenge, she grapples with loneliness, the search for identity, and the dangers of online interaction. Her experience is deeply personal, yet utterly universal, reflecting the struggles of countless individuals navigating adolescence in an increasingly digital world. The film's refusal to provide easy answers forces viewers to confront their own discomfort, making Cassie's journey a haunting and deeply resonant exploration of what it means to be seen and to disappear in the online age. That's going to be all for now. If you're interested in this film, I urge you to check it out for yourself and formulate your own thoughts and opinions about it. I hope you come share those thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there are any movies that you would like to see discussed on this channel. I always love to hear from you guys, and I do my best to try and respond to everyone. As always, I have put a link down in the description to a physical copy of the film, if one exists, so that you can add it to your collection. Using that link helps out the channel, and that is always appreciated. Furthermore, if you like the video, I urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. I know many of you watching aren't yet subscribed, so help support the channel. Subscribe. If you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel even more, we do have a Patreon. And if you sign up for our Rated R tier level, you can get yourself access to the ETF Digital Archive. We get a lot of compliments about the VHS collection that you guys see in the background of almost all of our videos. Well, we have been hard at work slowly digitizing that collection and creating a place where we can share it with all of you. Thanks to the help of the Plex platform, one of this channel's sponsors, we can now do just that. This is our way of doing our part to help preserve that gritty, nostalgic VHS look and feeling before it's gone forever. So as a special thank you for becoming a Rated R tier member, you will be added to our ETF Archive Plex server, so that you can stream our VHS collection from anywhere at any time. It's basically like having a streaming service for VHS, which I think is pretty cool. We also have a Mercari store, where you can go and get yourself a little piece of the ETF archive. While collecting VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs over many years, we wind up with lots of duplicates, and we unfortunately can't store them all. So on our Mercari shop, we have those for sale. Purchasing those not only expands your collection, but makes room for us to expand ours. All the links for everything are down in the description. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.